My name is Ekaterina Smirnova, and this time we are painting spring. I will be following a tiny sketch. We'll use Cerulean Blue, Ultramarine, Dark Green and Brown Matter watercolors. We'll paint with two brushes. One is wider and softer, pointy in the end, and the other one is a tiny pointy for the detailed painting. There is some pencil sketch on my rough paper. We will start with painting the sky. For that, you need to take a wider brush, wet it, and moisture the top part of the painting. This way, we will be able to spread our cerulean blue color easily. On the wet paper, I will be starting to shape my clouds. The color of cerulean blue is great for painting the sky in general, and it's perfect for the spring mood. It is very bright and a sunny color. Keep in mind that your colors will be spreading easily only when your paper is wet. If you are painting on the dry paper, then you will get sharp marks. To paint the river, we will follow the same steps. First, you need to moisture the paper, and secondly, spread cerulean blue color around. Water is a natural mirror, so I will paint a few clouds. The next step is very important. You need to make sure that your paper is dried fully. I'm switching to my tiny brush. I will mix ultramarine blue and dark green. Now it's time to paint the trees, still covered in some snow. Fir trees will be painted by the dark green color. And to give an effect of snow presence, I will take an advantage of the roughness of my paper. I prefer to use rough paper. There are other types like hot press and cold press that might not be as good for this effect. And look carefully. The way that I'm holding my brush is not perpendicular to the paper. It's rather almost parallel. Rough teeth of the paper are catching the paint from my brush, and this creates an effect of noise. Looks like there is snow still remains on the branches of the fir trees. I always get a lot of questions regarding to the materials that I use. I suggest you to look into the description of the watercolor tutorials, where you'll find names of paints, brushes, and paper. Now that we know where did we paint our trees, it's time to add the reflections of them on the river. You need to re-moisture the river area, and using the same color mixture of ultramarine and dark green, you can add the reflections of the trees. I like to keep my palette limited. Did you know if you were to take green and red, in my case it's brown matter, it will create brown color. You can always control the tone of the color by adding more red or more green. So with this color I will be painting bushes on the other side of the river. Using the advantage of the roughness of my paper, I will create a rather fluffy effect of the brushes and add a few of the strokes for the main branches. On the foreground, the right bank of the river, bushes will appear much larger because they are closer to the viewer. That's why you need to give it a more detailed painting. I use my brush very loose. I don't try to illustrate the branches. just give it a hint of the position and shape of them. As you can see, I'm also using a different color, adding also blue additionally to the brown. I will add some blue on the other side as well. Don't forget to add a few of the shadows. For that, I'm using a diluted blue color. As for my final detail of the painting, I will be working on the bank of the river. I will take an intense ultramarine blue and create the dark shapes all along the river. With a light blue color, I will also paint snow shadows on the edges of the river. Few touches of the watermarks with the same light blue color will complete the painting. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. Enjoy your spring and don't forget to visit my website Ekaterina-Smirnova.com and sign up for this YouTube channel.